You're welcome. Alrighty, what's up everybody? It's Peter Joseph here. Back to you with another video. Video number 2 on your late Wednesday night, October the 16th, 2025. Thank you for watching this video right here, once again, on the very very fucking legendary, home of all things ranting, PG Rants. Make sure you like the video, hit the subscribe button down in my pants, otherwise known as the description box below. Share the video all over the internet. Follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And don't forget to hit that bell, turn on all notifications so you don't miss anything, because if you do, well, you suck. And you're pretty much SOL. You know what that means by now, and I don't think I need to tell you. If you don't know what it means, for God's sakes, look it up. And that's pretty much it for that. So like, share, subscribe. You can leave a comment if you wish, but it'll be stupid comments. They get sent to the Shadow Realm, and you will too. And Ozzy and Satan will eat your soul, and you'll never be heard from again. Trust me on that. And for newbies out there who have just subscribed, or you're thinking about subscribing, please do. And when you do subscribe, as we say in the business, welcome to the party, pal. We hope you enjoy the ride. Sit back, relax, grab that nice, tasty, cold one. Put your feet up and enjoy the show. You like it? Great. You don't? Well, too bad. And when you drink something, don't drink, just to drink. Just drink something nice. You can drink a beer here and there, but, don't drink like 6,000 beers while you're watching my show. But most of you do that anyway, so, well, your liver, not mine. Your lungs, not mine. You want to smoke smoke and drink while you're watching my show. But, it's your life, not mine, so I don't need to do that, because I don't drink that much, but, I'm not a alcoholic like some people I know, but I'm a social drinker. I'll drink when I feel like it. When I go out to parties usually, or just if I have any Jack in the house, drink a little bit. If I feel the need to, I need to get the edge off. But most of the time it's for social drinking, so it is what it is. Blah, 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 blah. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, on this late Wednesday night, October the 16th, 2025, hope everybody had a great Wednesday, and if not, too bad for you. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, on the very legendary PG Rants channel. Now, I did put up a rant last night, entitled The Final Curtain. And I had it up, I privated it for a little bit, put it back up, and then earlier today, I pretty much shut it down. I said, you know what, it wasn't even right. It was too long, first of all. It was like an hour and 40-something minutes. I know the video is up, on other places, because people love to download my shit, because that's all you can do. But is download my shit, critique it, and then put it up on their dead channel. Or any other social media site. Who cares? But, so it's up there. If you want to watch it, go ahead. The views are mine. Thank you. But, it is what it is. But hey, if, the people that put them up, get a lot of views, good for them. That's the only way they can get views, is off my name. It is what it is. Anyway, so that video, I mentioned a lot of stuff. This is not a part 2. This is just completely different. But I'm gonna try to keep it as short as possible, because I got other things to do. So I just want to come on here and just say, people are fake. People are fucking fake on social media, in real life, even on this great, lovely website of YouTube. People are just fake on this fucking website. And then, You watch somebody, you subscribe to them, whether they have a community or not, you get into the community, you meet a lot of good people, you start becoming friends with them, and then you're talking about other stuff that's not, that's different from what the topic of the video is, You're in group chats or whatever it may be, and you talk about, things and maybe other things as well. And you're having a great friendship, you're friends for however long, maybe months, might be years, decades, whatever it may be, and you're forming a good friendship, and then next thing you know, the friends that used to be your friends just, stab you in the back for no apparent reason. Well, I don't want to be friends with this guy anymore. Why? Or he did this and this and this and this. Is there proof of that? Yeah, but, Then they show that proof, and then, in turn, they just turn on you at the drop of a dime, rather than going to the source, going to that person, if you're friends with this person, go to that person and say, hey, is these accusations true? This and that. And then they're like, no, but it's like, here's the proof. I'm like, why are you even entertaining this person's proof of things that happened years ago? It boggles my mind how people get brainwashed into thinking that this person is an evil person. I mean, some people are evil and they're just whacked out of their mind. But what they've done recently, maybe a few years ago, I think going way back, like 10, 15 years ago, I think that's just, who cares about the 10, 15 years ago part? Nobody cares about that. But, that's how these people are. They do these stupid videos, thinking they have all this proof and shit, broadcast it across the internet, and have their brainwashed fans, look at it as like, oh, this guy's bad, And then we're going to stalk him for about 7, 8 years. Or however long it is. It's just pathetic. That's all these people's channels are. Just taking videos without consent, which could be copyright. They get pissy. Oh, you struck my channel down. I'm gonna fuck you up. I'm gonna do shit. All right, stop. You get struck down. You deserve to be struck down. I'm just saying. But I mean, it is what it is. I've dealt with that. And personally, now that videos are made about me, I personally laugh at it because that's all it is. It's just a 1, 2, 3 hour live stream full of boredom and makes me laughter and just lies after lies after lies. It just makes me laugh every time I see it. It's like the SATs. I took it 45 million times and it keeps getting funnier every single time I see it. I know I messed up the Beetlejuice line, but whatever. Great movie, by the way. The original one, not the newest one, not the new one. The remake one. It was alright, but still. Was it 2090? What was that name of the movie? 2024? I forget what it was. Who cares? That wasn't even that great, to be honest with you. I always go to the OG versions. I know there's a new Spaceballs coming out. That's gonna be fucking epic. I can't wait for that. But most of the original cast is pretty much dead. Except for a few, like Lone Star is still alive. Mel Brooks is still alive. God bless that man. 94-year-old Mel Brooks gonna reprise Yogurt! Or President Scroob! Salute! Hail Scroob! I love that movie. If you don't like it, fuck you! You haven't seen it yet? Fuck you! Rick Moranis, I don't know if Rick Moranis is gonna be in it, but as Lord Helmet, it's, some of the other characters are gonna be different. It's gonna be a whole different movie because, no John Candy, who plays Barf. Your full name, Bartholomew. He's not gonna. He's not gonna be in it. I think his son's gonna be in it. That's gonna be interesting. A few other stars. Daphne Zuniga, who played Princess Vespa, I think will be in it. As Lone Star's wife, we all know that. I don't know. Maybe they have kids. We don't know what the story is really. Maybe like 30 years later they have kids and they like grow up. But I can't wait for that movie. I cannot wait for Spaceballs, the remake. Not remake, but Spaceballs, the return, or whatever it's going to be named, in 2027. God damn, we gotta wait a year and a half, almost 2 years for that damn movie. Damn! Wish it came out now. Like, now! Everything I'm saying right now is gonna happen right now. What happened to then? You missed it. I can recite almost every fucking line in that movie. It's just great. But anyway, going back to the point. But getting back, I haven't say what I was gonna say. But anyway, getting back to the point. You have these friends, you have these channels that just love to critique every fucking video. They think they know it all. They think they know your life and everything. They don't know you from a hole in the wall. And they lie about what you do for a profession, what you do on a daily basis, this and that. They just go on their dead channels. I mean, they have a lot of subs, they get a lot of views on their live streams. Great for them. I personally don't care. But I personally don't care. I mean, good for you, you get a lot of views, but most of them are off the people you talk to's names. That's all it is. And if you want to talk about somebody else, then talk about somebody else. It's like the same fucking videos every fucking day, every fucking week, every fucking year. It's the same people. It's just retarded that you dedicate a channel to 1, 2, 3, maybe 4, 5, 6 people. It's retarded. Get some new content. People say, oh, you do the same fucking intro every fucking time you do a wrestling video, or something like this. Yeah, I know my intro is out, it's the same for the last 16 years or so, but I don't really care. It's an intro. I know it's long and it gets windy, like 2-3 minutes, and I talk about the weather and I talk about the sports or whatever. Hey, it's my show. Is it your show? Is your name in the title? Or is your name in the description box? Or is the name of your channel PG Rants? No. So, you can't tell me what to do in my intro and how to do my video. So, kiss my rosy red ass, Mahoney. Rosie. Anyway. I grew up in the 80s, so I know a lot of, lines and shit. But I digress. But yeah, get some new content. Please, get some new content. Get better insults. Get better, just get better because it's just not funny. I mean, you're not funny. You're not. You sit there for 2-3 hours. You talk over the video. And then you interact with the chat and everything, which is fine, because people who do live shows should interact with the chat. But blah, 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 blah. But, for most of the video, you're watching, you're like, oh, I gotta go to the bathroom. That's one thing. Go to the bathroom, it's fine. Okay, stop the video, and then come back to it, and then finish what you're gonna finish. But people, just come on video, just acting, just weird. They're like, they're giggling like little fucking kids, like the Scooby-Doo, Or they're fucking high, they're fucking drinking up the wazoo. I mean, whatever you want to do on your channel, do on your channel. I mean, do you see me drinking so much? Or smoking? I don't smoke, first of all. I smoke people, when I rant against them, but because nobody can beat me even on commentary. That's true. That's facts. But you don't see me grabbing a vape or grabbing a stogie or whatever maybe, getting high or anything, because I don't smoke, I don't drink, I don't have promiscuous sex or anything like that. I'm straight edge. I only have promiscuous sex with the missus, but that's another story for another time. Because we get it on, like Donkey Kong. But in any case, yeah, just do your own thing. It's just retarded. Act your fucking age and act your fucking self. I know I go off the wall and I do my impressions, which are fucking legendary because nobody can do them better than me. That's pretty much a fact. I didn't say that it's true, but, I do a good impression. Hulk Hogan, brother. I do all my impressions when I'm doing my wrestling content. I bring in Michael, also I bring in Jerome, New Jack, I bring in a few other people, like Eddie Guerrero, and it's fun. It's comedy, it's satire. It's not meant to be, oh, Peter's off the wall, he didn't take his medication, this and that, he's talking to nobody. No, I'm just livening up the crowd, whether you like it or not. And I used to have a video with me and Rosa. I wish I still had that video. I don't have it anymore. Of me, I think it was like, it had to be 2011, 2012-ish, somewhere around that area. Of me doing epic impressions like Ric Flair and Michael Cole and good old JR, Jim Ross, and people like that. And I got a lot of views on that video. A ton of views. But sadly, that channel went to the wayside. And the videos went to the wayside too. But I've always thought about doing another one. But I don't know if I'm ever going to do it. But we'll see what happens with that. But, I do my wrestling videos just, I do YouTube for fun. I don't do this to gain money or gain fame or anything like that. I just do it for fun because I have a voice and I will use it. And I'll rant about wrestling. I'll rant about politics. I'll rant about my sports teams. The Rangers or the Mets, the 49ers, even the goddamn Jets. I'll rant till the cows come home about them, but it is what it is. But I diversify and I keep the wrestling stuff on my wrestling channels. And I have my Metal God 669 channel, which is basically a tribute channel / metal channel. And I said it when I go on my Metal God channel, my intro, that I say that it is a half tribute channel, half metal news channel, or whatever I want to talk about music. Could be a death in the music industry, or whatever it may be. So, it's not just a channel dedicated to, the faithful departed. And I don't profit off it. I don't get views. I don't do it for views. I mean, if I get like 3,000 views on a death video, I did a good job. But I'm not profiting off it, and I'm not using the celebrities that have passed away as a crutch to get a lot of views. I do not do that. I don't do anything for clout. So if you think I do that, here's to you. Go smoke another bong, okay? I don't do that shit. But if you think I do, you have no valid point. You have no valid point. Oh, you do it to get views. You do it for this. You do it for that. You put #get in the description box. Who gives a fuck? Who really gives a fuck? It's my channel, not yours. And hashtags actually help you gain views. Just saying. But it is what it is. But if you want to think my channels are just, for views and to get clout and this and that, especially my rant channel, that if I get a lot of views or, whatever it may be, I got 500 views on a rant. Like, I did it for clout. No. I don't do videos for clout. Just get off my dick about it. My big, humongously large super dick. Get off of it already. But you love it because you love my milk. But I digress on that. That's not saying it homosexually because half of you people are faggots anyway. So what is the point? And I'm glad I said that. Clip that. Go ahead. I have a lot of friends that are gay, but you know, it is what it is. But I don't say you're a fag, to them. But some of these people on YouTube that act like them, I can actually call them. Because if you are gay, I mean, power to you, but don't swing that way. Whatever, clip that. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. Call me a horrible person because, I don't like gays or anything like that. I love lesbians to death, but it is what it is. But, I'm just me. I'm just a wild and crazy guy from New York, so. But in any case, yeah. But, certain people just need to, do new shit. It's like, I used to do this back in the day, and now I'm doing this, and it's very successful. I mean, you want to keep it the same, change it up a little bit. You don't want to talk, like I said, don't talk about the same people every fucking day, every fucking live stream, or whatever it may be. It's stupid. People want to come to your channel that are new. They want to come to your channel and say, oh, what's this guy talking about? Oh, he's talking about this thing, and this thing, and this thing. When people want to come to my channel to watch wrestling, they want to come and say, oh, what's Peter going to be talking about today on his AEW review? Here's what I'm talking about. What's the news? If I ever do a news video, like, TNA's going to Fox, so, let's hypothetically say, TNA went to Fox. Here's my video, my opinion, and my thoughts about TNA going to Fox. Stuff like that. What's your predictions for Survivor Series? It's on one of my other channels. My Shadow Slayer channel. Which, But anything else, they want to come and see new content. Not the same old thing. I know my intro is the same. I'm trying to see if I can do do it differently. As I get into 2026. So, because it'll be my 17th year on YouTube. God damn, I'm old. But I'm still the OG of the YWC. That rhymes too. But basically, the YWC is dead. The IWC is pretty much dead too. Because you got idiots like JD and Sean's View Entertainment that act completely dumb, and they just are the worst people that talk about wrestling on YouTube. I'm actually real. If I don't like something in wrestling, I will rant about it till the cows come home. But it is what it is. But, like I said, these people just need to change it up a little bit. Change it up or get rid of your channel. I know people are going to say, why don't you get rid of your channels? How come you have 5 channels? I like to spread things out. I get that I shouldn't have 5. But I want to keep a rant channel. I want to keep a couple channels for wrestling. And I want to have a vlog / predictions channel. That's it. That's the only reason I have 5 main channels. You don't like it? Tough shit, because there's other people that have 50 million channels. And most of them are sock accounts. Because, who makes 50,000 sock accounts? You have to be a complete fucktard to do that. Oh, you have 8! Who gives a fuck if I have 8, 9, 10 channels? Who cares? There's many more people that have way more than me. Because they're dumb. If I have 8 channels, 3 of them are backups that I don't use. Occasionally I'll use them here and there, but I don't use them all the time. But it is what it is. Now, I know I went off a tangent. I do that. Sometimes I go off. I have a point and I go that way, or that way, or that way, and I get off the main point. The main point of the video is that these people, you have friends and, you're good friends with them, and then, shit happens and you get accused of things and you don't really have the actual evidence or actual proof, and then they're like, well, I heard this about you. I can't hang out with you anymore. You're a bad friend. You're this and that. And they turn on you, and you're like, what the hell did I do? And then you're trying to get back, trying to talk to them and try to, come to a civil union and everything. And they're like, well, I still don't want to be around you. I'm gonna cut you off. I don't want you on my channel. I don't want you in my life. Shit like that. I think that's petty. That is really fucking petty. And that shows that you're not a good friend. You're a fucking fake bitch. And I've had my share of friends that were great friends to me for many years, and then they turned their back on me because they drank the Kool-Aid, believed somebody else's bullshit, and they said, "Oh, we don't want to deal with you anymore," because they didn't come to the source and say, "Hey, is this actually true? This and that." And I'll tell them, none of this stuff is actually true. This thing happened 12 years ago. Why are you believing things out of 12 years ago? I'm not the same person I was 12 years ago. I'm older, I'm wiser, and I'm better. Whatever it may be. But just these people that is like, we don't want to deal with you, we don't want to get involved in your drama, this and that. I'm like, okay, that's fine, but you still be my friend at least. You don't want to be around me, that's fine. But I just don't come around and say, oh, I don't want to be part of your drama, don't involve the drama with us and everything. We don't care. Blah, blah, blah. And then they get caught in the crossfire, which happened in 2023 with some people. And I regret ever doing that. 22, 20, well, it was 23. Whatever. And I regret every single thing that I did from basically October and November of 2023. When I lost a few good people, I thought we were good friends for a while and everything, and then, one person, one or more people start harassing them and doing other things to them, and then just like, you know what, just get, they tell me get rid of them, and I tried to do that. Next thing you know, they're still getting it, and then he's like, they're still harassing me, you didn't listen to me, I don't want to deal with you, I'm cutting you off. And then I had that thing, a couple years ago, and I got pissed, and I said a lot of shit to them. I said, you know what, fuck you, I hope you get whatever, and get out of here, get out of my life, fuck you. Or the great Green Day song, fuck off and die. I said that it was wrong at the time to say it. I was in the heat of the moment. I was pissed. Really, I should have just took, a day or two off and just cooled down, and then maybe I could have sort of worked something out, maybe go on a panel with them, an off-air panel or on-air panel, explain myself, and then, hey, they wanted to, not be with me anymore. And I'm like, all right, fine, bye. Don't let the door hit your fat ass on the way out. Bye, I don't need you as a friend anymore. Go fuck yourself. That's what I should have said. I should have went on a panel and said, you know what? Fuck you. Go fucking die. Go out of here. Get out of here. Go fuck yourself. Not those words say go die, but it's like go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself. I don't care what happens to you. Go live your life. Have fun. Or as we say in the wrestling business, have fun in your future endeavors. Good luck in your future endeavors. So, I let them go. I said what I said. I said you're a bunch of fake pieces of shit. That's that. And yeah, I did a whole bunch of apology videos trying to save face and maybe, you know, throw water under the bridge. You know, after a couple months, we come back and it's like, you know what? You know, what really should have happened was they could have still pushed me away and said, we don't want anything to do with you. But really, what they could have done was like, you know what, Pete, we're gonna give you 6 months off. If you don't come back and you're better or you apologize or whatever it may be, then we really don't want anything to do with you. But, you know, whether it be a first, second, third chance, I pretty much got one strike, you're out with these people. You know, and some of them were good people. Some of them were great people, very knowledgeable people, and everything like that. But there were a couple of those people that really showed their true colors, and I could smell that they were fake. One guy in particular was so fucking fake. He says, I'm not going to be involved in the drama no more. I'm not going to talk about this person. I'm not going to talk about that person. Yet, he still talks about that person. He actually lived with that person at one point, where he wanted to fight the guy. He lived downstairs from the guy. They had an argument, and nothing happened. He's like, oh, you want to go outside? Nothing happened. He's a little bitch. He said that to another guy that lived in the same state as him. Wanted to go have a fight, wanted to meet for a fight, and what happened? Never showed up. Fucking pussy he is. He's a fucking drama starter, drama whore. And he has a little bitty butt-eyed friend that does the same fucking shit. I don't want to be involved with drama. Then he keeps bringing people's names into the chat room or in the panel. When the whole topic is not even about me, but something will get referenced about me. Or about whoever they're talking about. Hypocrites. People are fucking hypocrites. People say, oh, we're going to move on from Peter. We're going to move on from this guy or this guy. 6 months, 6, 7, 8 months go by. Come back. Guess what? First video out the gate. Well, let's see what he's doing now. What do you care? It's 8 months later. You said you moved on. 8 months later, you're back at the same fucking shit. Hypocrite! You're hypocrites. And I know I said, oh, I'm gonna move on from all these fucking trolls. I'm gonna live my life, do this and do that. And I've gone back on my word about 50 million times. I agree. I admit it. I'm not gonna say you're wrong. Most of the time, some of you are wrong, but it is what it is. Yeah, I went back on my word. And said, this is the year I'm gonna not talk to the trolls. I'm gonna live my life, you know, this and that. And I go back on my word. You know, I'm only human of flesh and blood, okay? Great song, by the way. You know, it's hard to move on. It's hard. People say, oh, it's easy. No, it's not. It's hard. Like my dick. But it's hard to move on. Because you try to move on for a couple months, and then next thing you know, they're instigating with stupid community posts about you, or even indirectly. I don't do that. I put up some posts, and I say certain things in them, or I do my shorts, or, you know, using a wrestling thing, and it might be, you know, acknowledge me, and I go, acknowledge the prophecy, you know, or there's some weird thing that's said in a promo, or a segment on Raw, SmackDown, NXT, or AEW, TNA, whatever it may be. And I think it's funny, and I'll add my 2 cents. It's like, oh, this is what the haters do when they jerk off, or whatever it may be. I'm just hypothetically saying that. But, you know, it's not directly at people that I had, you know, beef with. I didn't mention your name. I didn't mention your garbage channel or anything like that. But people think, oh, he's talking about us again. How am I talking about you, even if it's indirectly? How am I talking about you? It could be other fucking people I have that hate me. It could be new people that hate me. Not about you. Get it through your fucking fucking thin, minuscule skull. Get it through your fucking skull. I'm not talking about you if I'm moving on. And I do these shorts, with wrestling content in it. And I'm talking about, oh, this is my hater. This is how the haters are, this and this. It's not about you. Get it through your head. It's not about you. I'm not talking about you indirectly or directly or even mentioning your stupid name and channel. Get over it. And if not, go fuck yourself. But it is what it is. But, it's just the way it is. These people just love to, try to go in servers and spy and like, oh, goody, goody, goody. But we know, they try to trick people. And they're like, oh, we're going to be friends with you. And they're like, I'm going to send you, I'm a friend of Peter, this and that. I'm going to send you things, about him. And then it's like, oh, that's, whether they believe it or not, it is what it is. And they try to break my friendships up with people. And that happened in 2023, trying to happen now. And it ain't going to work. They're much smarter. I even mentioned it to them when I first got into the community, when I first got into the servers and everything. I said, don't believe everything you hear about me because it's bullshit and it's old shit from the past. I'm totally different and I already apologize up the wazoo about it. But if these people want to continue for 7, 8, 9, 10 years talking about the same shit, that Peter's a pedophile, Peter's a cat raper, this and that. Any real person today are going to believe that shit? Even with proof? Probably not. Because nobody these days cares what happened 5, 10, almost now 14 years ago. Get off that shit. I'm not the greatest person in the world. I understand that. I did my shit. What the hell am I talking about? I did my shit. I did my time. I got my penance. I did this and that. I prayed to the Lord, God Almighty, and He forgave me. I'm not using religion as a crutch, but I prayed to the Lord for guidance and peace of mind and everything to get away from this shit. And He's forgiven me for whatever I said, whether it be death threats, even though some are warranted, because, it's just the way it is. You don't like it? Tough shit. No, I know it's wrong, but, you say shit about, people that I love and respect. Don't cry when I give it to you 25 times harder. Okay? Then you act like a victim. You want to call me a victim, then if I do it to you, you're the victim. It's always two sides of a coin. Not a, double-edged sword, whatever you want to call it. So, don't think you're high and mighty, because you're not. If you want to do bullshit, you're going to end up in jail like some of your friends have been. Because it ain't going to be me, because I don't do that shit. I don't need to do that backyard fucking kindergarten bullshit with doxing and this and that. I don't do that shit. I don't need to do it. It's not my character to do that. When people want to label me as, oh, you hid from this person, you did this and that. Go ahead. I don't give a shit. Go ahead. I hid from this person. You're such a tough guy, but you stayed inside and hid behind your woman. First of all, didn't hide behind my woman. Didn't hide at all. I just did the right thing. I warned them. You come around me, you're gonna go to the freaking jail. They didn't believe me. They thought it was a joke. Look what happened to them. But, all this stuff's about me, like, oh, this and that. Making all these scare tactics and everything, trying to scare me. Not gonna work. I'm not even phased. I'm not scared. I'm not worried. Most of the time, I'll not even be around. So, good luck with that. Good luck with that, because when I go out, I actually prove I go out to concerts and, wrestling events or whatever it may be. Not the private stuff where me and the missus go to a nice fancy restaurant or anything like that, or we go out with our friends to just a bar or whatever it may be. We keep our private life private, so at least we try to. I mean, it is what it is. People don't know my life from a hole in the wall. You think I work with my family? And I don't. I work from home. I work in music. I already mentioned it. I do photography, I do audio, I do video. I'm not at home all the time. I am not home all the time. I go out in the city, I go to the studios, I do what I gotta do. I go out with certain bands, and I do some photography. I've directed a couple of music videos, which I've gotten a lot of hits. I'm not gonna tell you which ones, because you won't find it. But there's a couple that have gotten, not astronomically amount of views, but I've gotten a lot of views off, and I got credited for it, too. And some of the photography I've done for the bands have been A++. And I'm getting other bands like, hey, I saw you from another band. Can you do a photo shoot with us? I'm like, sure, why not? And I get paid handsomely. I get paid nicely. Whether you want to believe it or not. Oh, you want this, you want that? No, I'm not on anything. I'm not on anything. I pay for my own bills, my own food. I go shopping every week or so, maybe 2 weeks. I pay my own bills. I pay everything. For my own house. Oh, but your mom owns it. If my mom owned it or not, doesn't matter. It's still my house. It's still my house. I live in the house, even if it's owned by whoever it may be. My name is still on the deed. Just want to point that out. So if you think it's not your house. Actually, technically, it is my house because I'm on the deed, and I don't have to show you it. Oh, show us the deed. Here's my deed right here. I would show you my other deed, but, that'll be a little bit too much. Then, all your girlfriends were like, oh my God! But then again, some of you might like that. Who knows? Idiots. But yeah. It is what it is. But, yeah. Just pick and choose the friends that you have. Okay? Just pick and choose the friends that you have, and if you want to put your undivided trust into them, confide in them, and be friends with them for 5, 10, 15, 20, 30 years. I have friends I have a few friends that I've known for 30 some odd years. And I love them. I put all my trust in them. I tell them personal shit. They've never turned their back on me once. Even the friends I have now, I only known them for maybe a couple years. Some of them are new, so they don't know me, but I'm an open book. If you want to ask me something, then ask me something. I'm an open book, but I'm not going to answer stupid questions. That's, how long have you been with... Let me see. Let me give an actual dumb question. Oh, how many times you had sex with Rose or whatever like that? I don't know. It's a stupid question, but whatever. I'm not going to answer that. I'm not going to get into my sex life. Who gives a fuck? That's personal shit. I'm not going to tell you that shit. I gotta know you for a couple years before I even get into, some personal shit. Okay? But it is what it is. But, like I said, I've been friends with people for 30 some odd years. I've been friends with for people for 10, 15 years. I put a lot of trust into them. But, lately I have a lot of trust issues. With myself, even with, you know who. Even with my family. I know people are like, oh, your family hates you. No, my entire family loves me. Regardless of what I do online and offline. They love me unconditionally. I could do some stupid shit and they'll still love me after a while. So you can't say, oh, your family hates you when that's not true. But I do have trust issues, which I'm working on. I have anger issues, which I'm working on. I'm working on empathy. I'm working on, getting my mental health back in order, because I really would love to go into 2026 with a clear mind and not be so wild and crazy and angry all the time. I'm like, oh, nothing's ever going to go right for me. I'm never going to get a big break and this and that. And if I say something wrong, or to a friend or a family member, whoever it may be, I know they get mad at me and everything. I just, I want to show empathy, say, you know what, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said what I said, I'll be a better person, and I know that goes back and forth, and we'll make up, and then next thing you know, like 5-6 months later, or 5 years later, same fucking shit. I'm trying to really work hard, to get my mental health in check, get my anger and impulse control disorder in check. Yeah, I actually have disorders, dumb fucks. I'm not using that as a crutch either. They get sympathy points from people. I don't use the poor me card, because I know people are like, oh, you use the poor me card. They get sympathy. Nobody cares. Actually, they do. Because there's certain people, that love me, and they're like, I got your back, I'm sorry you had a bad day. I'm sorry that, this person's sick, or this person died, or whatever it may be. They always got my back. And I always got their back. If they're having a bad day, or a family member died, or a pet died, or whatever it may be, I'm always there for them. To the end. Always and forever. So if you think I have no real life friends, you're full of shit. Because you can't prove that. You think I don't have real life friends online? That's another lie. That's strike 2. You're full of shit. You think you know it all about me? Strike 3. You're out. Because you don't. All you know is all my shit that I've done on YouTube. Oh, he's a pedophile. He said this about a cat. This and that. He wished death on people. This and that. That doesn't make me a horrible person. If you think it does, that's your prerogative. But I'm not an evil person. I'm not. I'm totally different away from the computer. Totally different. I met people have met me from YouTube via wrestling. I went to a freaking baseball game a couple of years ago. And I'm going to get some food, and somebody comes up to me and says, hey, are you Peter at the time, Peter Gilmore from YouTube? I go, yeah, and you are? I go, oh, I'm a big fan of your channel. I know he was probably lying, but who knows? Anyway, adult, by the way, not a kid. It was an adult, 20 some odd years old. But it is what it is. Comes up to me and says, hey, are you Peter Gilmore from YouTube? I go, yeah. He's like, who are you? He says, oh, I'm just a fan of your channel. I saw your whatever review. I thought it was pretty damn good. And I go, oh, thank you. Spread the word. And that's it. Left. And then in turn, I got like 55 fucking subs out of that. But back in the day. But I love to meet, other YouTubers. I love to meet, uh, Joe Cronin or Issa or whatever, whoever it may be. I love to meet them and shoot the shit, talk about wrestling, talk about music, or just, hang out and have a drink. You don't have to hang out for like an hour or two, you can hang out about an hour, just chill and just then it's like go our separate ways. At least we had fun, we met up, took a picture together or whatever. That's it. That's what I love to do that with the good people on this website, not the idiots. But it's like, oh, I want to meet you, I want to see what you're about. Yeah, right. You think I'm stupid? Don't answer that. But, because I know you're like, yeah, he is! You're stupid. But that's it. Anyway, guys, I'm going to get out of here. I got other things to do, so trust the friends that you have, because they can turn their back at the snap of your fingers. Just trust. Just watch the people around you, because you think that you're friends, but then again they may not. And just don't drink the Kool-Aid and don't believe the bullshit that's said about you or another person or whatever it may be. That's that. I don't know what I'm going to title this, but not going to be the final curtain, that's for sure. And I know this is going to get clipped and it's going to be watched. Probably be a live stream tomorrow or on the weekend. I don't care, because, you love to watch my videos. So, have fun. Thank you, thank you for the actual views. You're getting views off my name. That's all you can get. That's a fact. I don't have to prove that. It's proven fact that people do videos, clipping my shit or watching the entire video and critiquing it, which is boring. Making fun of the video, their chat room full of idiots, saying, oh, he's a horrible person, this and that, blah, blah, blah. And they didn't want me to go on panel and talk to them. I'm not talking to you. I'm not going to talk to you. You want to call me a pussy? Well, I get more than you anyway. That's a fact, too. I'm not bragging, but it's a fact. Whether you live on the East Coast, the West Coast, Canada, Mexico, UK, whatever. I'm not talking to you. I have better things to do than to talk to a bunch of kids. Because that's who you are. You're 20, 30-year-old kids, not men. You think you're men, but you're not. Because you act like fucking criminals. You should be in jail. I'm real, you're not. Just remember that. Because I'm real as can get. I have a voice and I'll use it. My rant channel, a lot of people love my rants. I know I don't get a lot of views. Some rants get a lot of hits. And I'm happy about that. I get some I get a lot of likes. I have one rant that has 115 likes. I didn't like it 115 times. You can't prove it. Can't even prove I like it 8, 9, 10 times. This is not me. Oh, yes, it is. I have a video. That video don't mean shit to me. You only get one comment. Big fucking deal. Big deal. I have videos that have 10, 20 comments. Not recently, but, yeah, the past is the past. I've had a lot of comments on my videos in the past, so I know it's like 10 years ago, whatever it may be. I know my views have gone down astronomically. My subs have gone way down. Do I care? No. No. This channel is climbing, it was at one point getting on that road to 1,000, and then the YouTube purge hit, and it cut it almost in half. And I had to build it back up. I know it took a long time to get to 500 subs on this channel. I know it took a long time. I'm getting on that road to 600. I'm at 563 right now. It's 562, 563, around that area. I'm fine with the sub count I have. I know on my Peter Joseph channel I have I'm on the road to I'm getting close to 950 subscribers. I'm been a little over 940 now. So in time, maybe by the end of the year, I'll hit 1,000. And that'd be a nice benchmark for if I ever do retire from here. I never came on YouTube in August of 2009 to be the biggest YouTuber ever, to get like millions of subs and millions of views and a whole ton of fans like Logan Paul or Sexy Phil or PewDiePie or anybody like that. That's way more successful than I am. I know I'm a small fish in a big, humongous pond, but I never came on YouTube to get fame. It'd be nice to get viral videos here and there. I understand that. 2 million hits, by the way. Nobody will live that down. Nobody can say, "Oh, it's not your video." Actually, it is, because I got credited for it. It's not on your channel. That's my bad. I had it up on my channel, and then I thought I got a copyright strike from In This Moment, but it was a copyright claim from it wasn't even In This Moment. It was from the end part of Closer by Nine Inch Nails. That got copyright claimed. I could have just, muted that part, but me, being stupid and forgot, took the video down. I could have had 2 million views on that, but, I live and learn. I still had the intro when I got up on stage and everything, and by the way, not Make-A-Wish. Every time I meet bands or meet celebrities, it's not Make-A-Wish stuff. It's just right place at right time. And if you don't want to believe it, go fuck yourself. As I show proof of it, too. Show it one more time. That's not photoshopped. Me and my dad, Ozzy. Not my actual dad, but, Ozzy. We miss Ozzy. I miss you too. I know. Thank you. That's not photoshopped. You think it is? It's not. That was a long time ago. That was a 2001 pic. I have other pics of meeting celebrities. It's on my social media pages and everything. Even with the new bands I met, Ash Costello, my sweetheart from New Year's Day, a few local artists, that know me very well. They love me. They hang out with me every once in a while, shoot the shit, jam, sing, whatever. I don't need to sing. My voice is all fucked up as it is. But we jam, we chill. We have a good time. So you can't say, "Oh, Peter, you have no friends. Nobody likes you. You're an idiot." Oh, you're an idiot too. You're a bigger idiot. We're saying that I'm an idiot. You're a bigger idiot. You can't prove I don't have no real life friends, because you don't know me from a hole in a wall. You don't. I have a lot of online friends. I have a lot of offline friends. You can't say I don't have real life friends, or friends in general. Because there's no person on the face of the earth that has no friends. How can you live without having no friends? Even freaking kids, even babies, up to like the age of 8, 9 years old, have friends because, they meet them as a baby and they grow up together, they go to school together, become best friends and everything, they meet other friends and become best friends. There's no way in life itself that any real person does not have friends, whether it be online or offline. You can't prove it. It's just simple life. Some of you people seriously need to get a life. Get off the internet, get a job. Or if you have a job, focus on your job, focus on your family, your girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever it may be, and not focus about and do boring as fuck live streams or videos or community posts, thinking you're better than that person because you are seriously not. I could put a post about somebody and it'll still be 10 times better than that person would put up anything else. It's the way it is. You're not better than me. You never will be. You can't prove I have real life friends or anything. So stop the capping. Stop the bullshit. Act your age. Stop going on the internet and acting like a complete idiot, giggling and being all high and drunk and whatever it may be. I mean, that gets you a lot of views. Great. You don't see me drinking and smoking pot or whatever it is. I'm just real. I'm just talking to the camera or the phone or whatever it may be, and I'm being real. What you see behind the phone and behind the computer screen is me. It's me, Peter G. Or Peter J, actually, but it's me, it's real. It's not me playing a character, even though I did play my Peter Gilmore name was a character, because everyone knows who I am. Blah, 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 blah. But, I'm real as can be. I don't need to play a character. Certain people, they're on here, they're playing a character. They're not playing themselves, they're playing idiots. Hiding behind a keyboard. I don't hide. You're seeing me in real time. In real life, not real life per se, but in real time. You're seeing the person behind the camera. All these people are doing, they do their live streams that are basically, hiding behind a camera or a lame as fuck avatar. Using other people, using that person's avatar and stealing their pictures from Facebook or social media. By the way, that can be copyrighted too. You don't see me using it. I do, but that's not copyright because I'm using them as, what my channel is usually. My rant channel has a picture of my good buddy Chris Howard from In This Moment giving the finger. And that's what I'm using my rant channel for, to give the finger to people. My Metal Guy channel is a picture of Maria Brink from the Purge video. I know I have to change that eventually, but I usually change it when the new album comes out, or a new single comes out. Well, Heretic came out, but the video hasn't come out yet. They haven't done a video in God knows how long. But I could change it to Ash Costello of New Year's Day. They have a new video out called Your Ghost. It's a live version from their hit CD, Half Black Heart. Amazing song. I could change it to that. My Peter Joseph channel is just a caricature version of myself. That one of my besties made for me for my birthday. That's why you see the Peter Joseph channel with my actual great-looking face. What else? My Killer Demons channel has the Grim Reaper, which is killer of demons, basically. Well, even though Grim Reaper's killer of death, but whatever. It kind of coincides with that. And my Shadow Slayer channel, basically the Grim Reaper, but in a shadow. So eventually I might change my avatars around here and there. I might change the names of the channel, in the future. But, my channels are real. What I talk about is real. My opinions are real. I just come on for whatever amount of time I go on, and I talk real shit. I have opinions, whether you like it or not. That's the way it is. Opinions are like assholes. Everybody has one, and it stinks. My opinions matter way more than yours. Some people I know, my good friends, we can agree to disagree on certain things. I argue with Issa every once in a while. I argue with Joe Cronin, or other people about wrestling or about various sports teams. Like, oh, your Yankees suck. Oh, your Mets suck. I'm like, oh, your Yankees suck even more. But we don't get into big fights about it. It's just all in love. At the end of the season, like, wherever it may be, hey, the Yankees win the World Series. I'm like, yeah, congrats to you. But, they go, oh, yeah, we went farther than the Mets. I'm like, good for you. Do I care? Congrats for you getting a box, change of title. Well, if you actually earned it, then yeah, congrats to you. But we're not gonna fight about it like and then lose our friendship because we got into a fucking fight about a difference of opinion in wrestling or sports or politics or whatever it may be. Not gonna happen. I never had friends that got really mad at me because I had a really bad opinion about something. Oh, Pete, I don't like your opinion on that. I was like, well, that's just my opinion. I'm sorry that you feel that way. But that's my opinion, and I'm going to stand on it. You have your opinion, stand on that. I might not like it, but, I'm like, alright, fine. It's done, you had your opinion, I had my opinion, I had my say, you had your say. That's it! Focus, That's the way it is. Alright, guys. It's late, and I talked for over an hour. Not as long as my last one, but this one will actually stay up. I'm not putting it on private. I'm going to leave it up for a while, see how it does. I know it's going to get critiqued, probably by tomorrow. I don't care. I hope you have fun. Hope you have fun with it. Get a lot of views off my name, because that's all you can do. Is take my video illegally, download it, which actually is a view. You say it's not, but it actually is. Because you have to go on my channel to get the download. Actually, you have to click in the video. You have to click on the video, or you have to go on my channel, click the video, because I don't know if there's an option. I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But if I wanted to download a video, I would go to the video, open up the video, and in that little, then the video comes down, you have that little section, you click on the button where it says download, or the three dots, you click on the three dots, and it says download the video, you click that, download it, and then if you have, you download it to your computer, and it's there. But you click it, it actually equals a view. Because you clicked it, you have to download it real quick. Unless it gets sent to, well, maybe if it gets sent to you, maybe, but still, that person sent you the video because they watched it. Because half of you people are subscribed to me anyway, even though most of you are blocked. And you deserve to be blocked. A lot of you deserve to be blocked. You don't like it? Tough shit. Tough shit. Keep crying, keep staying obsessed, and stay triggered. Okay? Because it ain't my fault that you got blocked for acting like a complete schmuck. Deal with it. Or as Mommy Rhea Ripley would say, cry about it. Jack Perry, cry me a river. Real glass, real cry me a river. Deal with it. Deal with it. That's it. Alright. Thanks for watching, everybody. And like I said before, choose your friends wisely. Because you never know. You could be great friends for 5, 10, 15, 20 years. Next thing you know, they stab you in the back. And it hurts. It sucks. And it just shows you their true colors. They were never your friend to begin with. And I've had my share of those people. And even if they did me wrong, maybe 5, 10 years in the future, or 5, 10 years down the line, they're like, you know what, Pete, I'm sorry for what happened, I should have listened to you, I didn't mean any harm, but, stuff happened, I want to be friends again. And then, with my trust issues, I'm like, well, I don't know if I should really be your friend. You show me your true colors. Can I really trust you again? So, I'm like, all right, we'll be friends, but we're not going to be best friends. We'll be friends on a civil level. We can talk here and there. We don't have to talk at all. I have a few people that I was enemies with. Then they said, oh, we're sorry, we did this and that to you. Let's bury the hatchet, and let's try to act, be civil or be friends, whatever it may be. And I tell them, it's like, I really have a lot of trust issues with you. I don't want to be friends with you, and then like down the road you do the same bullshit, and then I have to block you, and then God knows what else I can do to you. I'm not going to do that. But I'll say, I'll put you on a short leash, but if you fuck with me, you're done. You're completely done. And whatever I say or do is on your ass, not mine. So that's the way it is, and that's the way it always will be. Take it for what it's worth. And that's that. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Until next time. Peace.